Okay, good afternoon to one and all. So today I'm going to start the VLSA class. I will continue the class from yesterday's class with the previous class. Okay. So in the last class we discussed about design rules for wires, isn't it? We discussed about the design rule for wires. Now once again we'll start here for the same thing here. That is the let's consider this is the different layers we are having in NMOS design style as well as in CMOS design style. So the minimum width of the diffusion layer is 2 lambda, and also the P diffusion also 2 lambda. Minimum width is 2 lambda. It can be extended to any number. That is 2 lambda to 3 lambda, 4 lambda, 5 lambda like this. And the minimum separation between the two diffusion layers will be minimum is it is also we are assuming 2 lambda here, but it is given 3 lambda. It will be vary from 2 lambda to 3 lambda. So minimum is 2 lambda. You can remember, and the separation between two polysilicon layers is also 2 lambda, and the minimum width of the polysilicon layer is also 2 lambda. Just remember, the maximum may vary. Okay. Similarly, the separation between the diffusion and also polysilicon layer is minimum is 1 lambda, and maybe extended to any number, any dimension here. So remember that point in this case. Okay, these are the design rules for wires, and similarly, the minimum width for the metal one layer is 3 lambda. Okay, and it will vary from one technology to another technology depending upon your requirement. And also the separation between the two metal one layers is minimum required is 3 lambda. Okay, minimum between 2 lambda. It may be very can vary the value from 3 lambda to any value. Okay, it can extend it to any number. Okay, so that is about the metal one layer. Similarly, we are having metal two layer. Minimum width is 4 lambda. Minimum width is 4 lambda. So then separation with the two metal one layers is also minimum is 4 lambda. Metal two layer is 4 lambda. Remember that point. So these are the design rule for wires. Similarly, we are having design rule for transistor also. Okay. Now just observe here. So these are the design rule for wires. So you know that whenever the polysilicon crosses the diffusion layer, a transistor is formed, right? So whenever the polysilicon crosses the diffusion layer, a transistor is formed. Just remember that point. So now in this case, what is the feature size transistor? Okay, feature size transistor nothing but the transistor is having minimum length and width of the transistor, minimum length and width of the channel. Okay, so because whenever the polysilicon crosses the diffusion layer, the polysilicon and diffusion layers having the minimum dimension is 2 lambda. So the channel will be 2 lambda into 2 lambda. Okay, that is called the minimum size. That is called feature size transistors. Okay, so now this is the feature size transistor which is having the dimension is 2 lambda into 10 lambda. Similarly, this is the P-channel FET, PMOS transistor, which is also having minimum size is dimension is 2 lambda into 2 lambda. Okay, these are the enhancement mode transistors. And whenever you want to design a depletion mode transistor, just to place a implant. What is the implant basically? How to place the implant? So from the boundary of the channel, okay, the extension of the implant will be 2 lambda from the boundary of the channel in all the directions. Okay, so this is 2 lambda, this is 2 lambda, this is 2 lambda, this is 2 lambda. This is the boundary of the channel. Okay, this is the boundary of the transistor channel. Okay, from this point, the extension must be 2 lambda. This is also 2 lambda. This is also 2 lambda, and this is also 2 lambda. So this is the implant. Okay, by seeing this implant, we can identify that the transistor is the depletion mode NMOS transistor. Okay, depletion mode NMOS because we are using the diffusion layer is NMOS. Okay, N diffusion. So this is the NMOS transistor. This is the depletion mode transistor. Implant will be 6 lambda into 6 lambda. The minimum value. Okay, minimum size transistor. This is the implant is 6 lambda, and maybe vary from higher values. Okay. Similarly, you are having a special case. Okay, that is you're having a special case. Just see, this is a special case. So that is the whenever you can use depletion mode transistor in the NMOS technology because we are using the pull-up transistor, depletion mode transistor. So how to form a transistor here? Because the depletion mode transistor whose gate is short circuit with the source terminal. So instead of connecting the layers directly like this, Okay, this is the polysilicon layer which is connected to source of the transistor. Instead of connecting like this, we can use the special condition here like this. We are going to represent in this case. Okay, you take a small polysilicon layer, will be extended like this. Okay, this is that is the meaning now in this case. This is the drain terminal. Assume that this is the drain terminal, and this is the source terminal, and this is the gate. And this extension of the polysilicon will be like this. So you can draw the line circuit in a transistor structure like this. This is nothing but a special condition, the special case where the gate of the transistor is connected to the source terminal. Okay, gate of the transistor is connected to the source terminal. When you can see this type of structures, okay, when you see this type of structures, you can assume that this is the whose gate is connected to the source terminal. Okay, you can analyze like this. Okay, so now here is just observe here. Here not we are not connecting the gate terminal to the source terminal. Okay, this is simply you place the transistor. This is a depletion mode transistor. But here the special case where the gate is short circuit to the source terminal. So we are having a special condition in there. And there is some rules you have to follow here. Okay, you must follow the rules or the design rules. So this extension, this is the from the boundary of the transistor. Okay, from the boundary of the transistor and the contact, the minimum spacing is we require the minimum spacing is 2 lambda. Okay, minimum must be 2 lambda. It cannot be less than 2 lambda. Remember that point. Okay, if it is less than 2 lambda, definitely you will get a error message. Okay, so now this is the boundary of the transistor channel and extension already 2 lambda. So extension must be same in 2 lambda. So exactly on the boundary of the polysilicon you will get it. Okay, this is the implant point. Here also 2 lambda. Here also you require 2 lambda. Totally it becomes 2 lambda into that is the 6 lambda into higher value. Okay, minimum is 6 lambda into 6 lambda for minimum size transistor. That is feature size transistor, but this is not a feature size now here. Okay, so therefore the width of the polysilicon layer will be very high here. Okay, that is the width of the polysilicon. Remember, another very important thing in this case, the width of the polysilicon layer indicates the length of the transistor channel. Okay, the width of the polysilicon layer indicates the length of the transistor channel. So here in the depletion mode transistor, the channel width is channel length is higher. Okay, channel length is higher. So remember. So therefore, this is the special case of the transistor. Okay, depletion mode transistor. And another important thing you have to remember, this is the bottom level of the implant, and this bottom level of the implant must be 2 lambda minimum size separation from the next transistor channel. Okay, next transistor channel. Okay, the implant, that is separation from the implant to the another transistor must be, this minimum is 2 lambda. Cannot be less than this value. This separation cannot be less than 2 lambda. Okay, it must be minimum is 2 lambda, maybe any value, 3 lambda, 4 lambda, 5 lambda. Okay, so these are the rules you have to follow when you can use this type of design rules in the layout diagrams, right? So next, another way, in this case, here just observe the this is the diffusion layer and this is the polysilicon layer. So whenever the polysilicon layer crosses the diffusion layer, a transistor is formed. This is the formation of a transistor, and you can make a contact. You can reduce the diffusion layer like this. Okay, we can reduce the diffusion layer to make a some other way to other transistors in the circuit. But remember, when you make this type of ways, we can decrease the diffusion layer like this. The minimum separation from the transistor channel must be 2 lambda. Okay, so this is 2 lambda. So, and already we discussed the extension of the polysilicon to form a transistor must be minimum is 2 lambda we require. Okay, 2 lambda must be there. Otherwise, you will get a error message. So this is also very important. Okay, these are the design rules for wires, transistors, and also for the transistors. Okay, so that is about the already we discussed up to this topic. Okay, now let's go for another topic, that is the contact cards. Okay, so when the contact is required, okay, when the contact is required. So whenever the two different material layers join together, whenever two different layers are joined together, we can use a contact. Okay, we can use the contact terminal. So that means here we are having two type of contacts. One is the ordinary contact. You can say it is the ordinary contact. That is from metal to any layer. Metal 1 to any layer, you can use the ordinary contact, simple contact. Okay, we'll discuss. Similarly, whenever the contact is not with the metal, so other layers, there is a polysilicon to diffusion. Okay, polysilicon to any diffusion, polysilicon to N diffusion or polysilicon to P diffusion. We can use the special contact that is called butting contact or buried contact. Okay, butting contact or buried contact. Remember that point. Okay, so we're having two different contacts. Totally, we're having three different contacts. One is ordinary contact, that is metal 1 to polysilicon or metal 1 to diffusion. Similarly, butting contact, basically it is useful when uh, diffusion layer connected with the polysilicon. Okay, connected with the polysilicon, we can use the butting or buried contact. But compared to the butting contact, buried contact is most widely used because the buried contact, the steps required to form a butting contact is very high, and it is also somewhat complicated and also requires very large space. So therefore, we can go for the buried contact. Okay, whenever the polysilicon is joined with the diffusion layer, you can use the buried contact. Already we know the buried contact color for the buried contact is brown. Okay, so therefore you can use the buried contact. You are having a different type of contact, and there must be some rules you have to follow. Okay, so just see, this is the contact cut. This is the contact. So this is the contact. So that is the contact 4 lambda into 4 lambda cut contact here. This one in this 4 lambda contact, in the exactly the center point, we are having 2 lambda cut. Okay, this is the 2 lambda. Minimum is 2 lambda. It must be always you can go for the 2 lambda only. Okay, and see this separation. This is the totally 4 lambda length width is square. Okay, 4 lambda 4 lambda. So this is 2 lambda 2 lambda. From this point to here is 1 lambda. From this bond, from the bottom of this contact cut to the next contact, this boundary is 2 lambda 1 lambda. Totally become the length of this contact is, or width of that contact is 4 lambda. Similarly here also extension is 1 lambda 1 lambda. Totally it becomes 4 lambda. So this is 4 lambda into 4 lambda cut. Okay, so that is the superimposed areas of the layers to be joined in all the cases. Okay, 4 lambda superimposed. That means we are going to make a 2 lambda cut centered on 4 lambda and 4 lambda superimposed areas of the layers to be joined in all the cases. That is the main thing you have to remember. Okay, so like this, similarly we can go for the another contact, that is the same contact of contact between the polysilicon and the metal 1 layer. Okay, metal 1 layer. So like this also we can make the contact. Similarly, you can go for the same metal one and diffusion. You can connect like this also, no problem. Okay, you can connect like this or we can connect like this. So anyway, depending upon the application, we can connect the contact here. And sometimes we require multiple contacts. Okay, sometimes we require multiple contact. So because this is the diffusion layer, this is another diffusion layer, this is another diffusion layer. All these diffusion layers are joined with the same metal 1 layer. Then you can use the multiple contact like this. But the separation between the inside, there is the centered contact, there is a 2 lambda cut here. This is the boundary of the first cut. This is the boundary of the second cut. The minimum separation between these two cuts is 2 lambda. Okay, minimum separation. It cannot be less than 2 lambda. If it is less than 2 lambda, you will get an error message. Okay. Similarly, from this point to here, it is also 2 lambda we require. So this is the, whenever you can use the multiple cuts in the same metal 1 layer, we can use this formula here. This type of rules in the structures. Okay, and sometimes we require a vias also. Okay, you can make a vias to from metal 2 to metal 1, and also from some other layers. Okay, so this is the metal 2 and this is metal 1 layer, and we can, from this we can make contact like this, and this is the via. Okay, so remember, from this boundary and to this boundary, minimum is we require 2 lambda. Okay, that is the main important here. Okay, similarly, this is the metal 2 layer and this is the diffusion layer. You can join these two and take a via. Okay, this, in order to make join these two layers, we require ordinary contact. Similarly, we make a via here. So the via will be like this. Okay, you can make a via like this. This is depending upon the rules in this case. Okay, and the separation between these 2 points must be this boundary and this boundary cut boundary, and the via boundary is 2 lambda. Okay, And the main important thing, the hatchings will also you have to take care here. So this is the hatchings of the N diffusion layer. Okay, this is the polysilicon layer. This is the hatchings of the metal one layer. So these hatchings must place here inside the 4 lambda into 4 lambda cut. Similarly here also. Okay, same hatchings will be. There is overlap the hatchings will be. That is about the different type of cuts in this case. Okay, so now let's go to the next topic, that is how to form a cut in this case. Then special condition is buried contact. Okay, we'll see butting contact afterwards. So first go for the buried contact. So let us take a polysilicon and diffusion joined together. Okay, take a polysilicon and diffusion be joined together. So what we require now? we are going to make a contact. So in this contact, first you have to remove the outside layer. Okay, whenever you want to join the two layers, first you can place the two layers over the metal. Before that, you can remove the outside layers such that you can get a diffusion pass. Okay, leaving the contact area, that is the base. So on this, you can make a contact extension. Okay, you can use the contact like this. So therefore, so you can get a contact in this. That this type of contact is called buried contact. Okay, this type of contact is known as buried contact. And remember, this extension must be 1 lambda. Okay, from the boundary we are having extension, and the extension is how to place the extension here. So in the diffusion layer, extension is 2 lambda, and uh, other than the diffusion layer, the extension is 1 lambda. Okay, that is the buried contact dimensions here. Now just observe here, this is the N diffusion, this is the polysilicon. We are going to make a contact, there is the buried contact here. The diffusion path, we are having 2 lambda extension, and here 1 lambda and this is 1 lambda. Okay, other than the diffusion, we are having 1 lambda in all the directions. Okay, that is the main thing only. So this is also we can consider in this case also. Okay, so like this you can make a contact between the diffusion and also the polysilicon. Okay, where you can use this type of buried contact. So particularly in case of a special case transistor, the depletion mode transistor. This is the depletion mode transistor. Okay, whose gate is short circuit to the source terminal. This is the drain terminal, this is the source terminal. You can say this boundary is the gate source terminal. This is the source terminal. We are connecting this polysilicon is joined to the source terminal. At this point, we are going to make a buried contact. Okay, at this point, we are going to make a buried contact. So this is the boundary. From the boundary, we require 2 lambda. This is the diffusion. Okay, this is the diffusion layer. From the boundary, it is 2 lambda, and this is the boundary 2 lambda, and this is the polysilicon. We require only 1 lambda extension. From this boundary, 1 lambda extension. Okay, that is the difference. So for minimum, for this type of transistor, minimum buried contact length will be 4 lambda into 4 lambda. Okay, 4 lambda into 4 lambda buried contact. You can place a crossing like this. Okay, with the brown color. Okay, that is the buried contact. Similarly, butting contact. Okay, it is already I think you are familiar about the butting contact in the building, right? So the butting contact, you can take first. You can take the metal layer. Okay, on the metal you can place these two. Which layers you want to join? Okay, place these two layers on the structure like this, and then you can remove the outside layers and then place it. This is the metal one layers in this case. So you get a butting contact like this. Okay, this is the process is somewhat lengthiest here. So that's why compared to the butting contact, you can use a buried contact only. So see, this is the buried contact and this is the butting contact. Okay, so this process is somewhat this process required somewhat higher area in the transistors in the ICs. So because of that one, and also it requires some mechanism also mechanism also somewhat higher in this case. So therefore, we are not going to use the butting contact, but we can use only buried contact. Okay, so that's why buried contact is most widely used compared to the butting contact. Okay, these are the rules of the contacts, that is lambda based rules in the VLSI Texas. Okay, and remember the butting contact and buried contact we are not using in the CMOS technology. Okay, the CMOS technology does not use the buried and butting contact. Always you can use the ordinary contact only. Okay, that is about the contact cuts. Okay, now we'll go to the next one. So this is a buried and budding contacts. How to form a buried and budding contact. Okay. So next one you can go for the double metal most rules. Okay, double metal. Sometimes we require double metal also. Okay. Sometimes we require a double metal. That is the second level metal. That is basically whenever you can use the two metal, that is metal one and metal two. So particularly in case of CMOS design rules, we can use these type of double metals. Okay, basically the double metal is metal one layer is for joining the two. Whenever we require the two layers to be joined together. Okay, or because the CMOS design style, no diffusion paths will touch us to each other. That is the main important thing in this case. No diffusion path. That means we are in the CMOS design style. We are having two type of diffusion paths, diffusion layers. One is called a P diffusion layer, another is called N diffusion layer. We are not going to join these two diffusion layers directly. To make direct contact between the these two diffusion layers, we can use the metal one layer. Okay, we can use metal one layer. And for the global lines, for example, power rails or signal lines, okay, so and the clock signals, okay, for all these things we use the second metal layer, that is metal two layers. Okay, remember this point. For our, you can use the metal one also for these ways, but whenever you can use the global lines and high, because the power rails having very high requires very less more conductivity. Similarly, the signal lines also requires more conductivity. Then the resistivity of the metal will be very, very less. Okay, then only you can transmit the signal from one point to another without any loss of the signal. Okay, and also that is the main thing you have to remember. So therefore, whenever you can use the two different metal layers, you can use the metal one layer for global lines, a global distribution of power buses, and also for clock lines. That is okay. Similarly, VDD and VSS line, these are the power rails. So there we are going to use the better two layers. Similarly, signal lines. Okay, whenever you can connect the signals to the input of the circuit, so you can use the global line. That is the metal two layer. Okay, that is also very important. So like this, you can go. You can use the layers. So that is the case. Okay. So there you can use the double metal. Similarly, we are having double poly. Okay, you can sometimes you require a single poly and double poly also. So poly one and poly two. Okay. Similarly, we are having particularly sometimes you can use the depending upon your application, you can use the polysilicon 2 also. Okay. So therefore, the polysilicon 2 basically we are going to use the color for this polysilicon 2 is orange color. Okay, whenever you require to use the orange lane and red color is poly one layer, so you can use the polysilicon layers in this case also. That is called double layers in this case. Okay. Similarly, you can go for the another layer, that is CMOS lambda based design rules. Okay. CMOS lambda based design rules. This is the very important thing in this case. Okay. Now just observe here. So in the CMOS design rules, see these are the different type of contact. There is VDS and VSS contacts. You can see because you are having well structures. Okay, in a single silicon, we are going to form both N channel transistors as well as the P channel transistors. So therefore, we required a well connection. So in the well in P well, we are going to construct N channel transistors. In the N well, we are going to construct P well P channel transistors. So you're having a substrate terminal. On the substrate, we are going to make a well. That is a P well. For example, you take a whenever you want a P well structures, you require the opposite material, that is a substrate, that is N channel N type substrate material. On the N type substrate material, we are going to deposit a P well structure. Okay, P deposition will be positive. Exists here. So in the P well, see in the N substrate, we are going to make a P type transistor, and the P well we are going to construct N channel FET. That means in the same substrate, in the same silicon, we are going to make two transistors at the same time. That's why we are this P well is most widely used. Okay, so but we are having some rules in this case also. Okay, so just observe here, assume that this is the P well, this is the P well. Okay, so P well connections, you can say inside the, we are having the different transistors you can form here. But remember the most VSS, how to connect the VSS line and VDD lines in this case. So whenever you can go for the VSS line, okay, this is the actual connection. That is the metal 2 layer or metal 1 layer with the diffusion layer. This is the ordinary contact. Okay, but we require another contact here. Okay, this is another contact depending upon the substrate terminal. Okay, this is also very important for the connection. That is called P plus MOS, we can say. Okay, because just remember in the P well, we require the substrate is the N-type material. On the N-type material, we are going to form a P-type transistors, right? For this P-type substrate connection, we require a PMOS here. Okay, this is the very important in this case. Okay, so this is the connection for, this is the VSS contact for the P well. Okay, VSS contact for the P well. Remember, this is the VSS contact for the P well structure. Okay, P well. P well means P-type material with the metal contact. Okay, and the same contact, that is the 2 lambda cut over 4 lambda and over 4 lambda overlap areas. Okay, so this is the case, and this is the P. This is called P plus mask. Okay, the color for the P plus mask is yellow color. Okay, the mask must be placed like this. So on this contact, the P well, we require P plus mask. Whenever you can use this type of contact, that is VSS contact, we can say. Okay, this is the contact for the transistors, and this is the VSS contact. So this VSS contact must be placed in this point. And here the separation between this point and this line will be 2 lambda. Okay, this is the separation between the point 2 lambda. And from this boundary, it is 1 lambda. Minimum is 1 lambda. Similarly, from this contact up to this boundary, okay, P well boundary, minimum is 3 lambda. Okay, minimum must be 3 lambda from this contact. Okay, minimum is 3 lambda, maximum maybe V, no problem. Okay, so these are the most important rules you have to remember. Okay, similarly, this is at the VSS level, but up to the, come to the VDD level, how to make a contact. This is the VDD contact for the CMOS structures. Okay, this is the connection. See, this is the P well. In the P well, this is the P well, and where you can consider the P well in the N-type substrate. On the N-type substrate, we are going to make a P-channel transistor. So this is the P diffusion, and this is the connection between the P diffusion and VDD line. This is ordinary, but we are having the VDD contact to the substrate. This is a very important. Okay, substrate material. So we have to make a contact. Okay, so there we are going to connect the, again we can take the 4 lambda into 4 lambda cut. Okay, so exactly at the center point we are having 2 lambda cut. Okay, this is the main important. Okay, so this is the called VDD to substrate contact. That means in the same VDD line, okay, we are having two contact. One is ordinary contact like this. Okay, this is called P plus MOS. Okay, this is the P plus MOS where the transistor will be P channel if it will be placed, and this is, see, this is the case. So for this P plus transistor, we require the connection here P plus MOS. You can place the contact like this. Okay, the same method. What type of contact we are having? We are using here the same contact we can use in the well. Okay, so that there is a contact between the well structure with the substrate. Okay. Similarly, here there is no need of any contact, but we have to connect the contact to the N-type material, right? So N diffusion. Okay. Whatever the structure we are going to use here, the same structure we place here. Okay. So on the VDD line also we are having the same structure. This is the VDD contact to the substrate material. Okay. This is, and there is a separation. Remember. So the extension, just see, this is the boundary. So this is 4 lambda into 4 lambda. This is 2 lambda, 2 lambda. This is 1 lambda. This is 1 lambda. This is 1 lambda. This is 1 lambda. 4 lambda. 4 lambda cut. Okay. From this boundary, this PMOS must be located. Minimum separation is 2 lambda. Okay. This distance is minimum is 2 lambda. It cannot be less than 2 lambda. Okay. Similarly, from this contact to this contact, 2 lambda. Okay. 2 lambda. And you just see this is 2 lambda, and from this point to this point 3 lambda, because if this is 2 lambda, it must be 1 lambda. So total it becomes 3 lambda. Okay. So this is 3 lambda and this is 2 lambda. This is 2 lambda. Okay, remember that point. So this is the p-type features. We are going to connect the p-type circuit and this is the p-type mask. Okay. That is about the structures you have to remember. Right? Sometimes we want to split the connections here. Okay, these are the rules for the splitting connections in this case. Okay, just remember bias. You can connect the bias like this. Okay, so these are the rules we required in this case. Okay, so these are the different rules we are going to connect the structures. Okay, these are CMOS based with lambda division rules. Okay, so I'm going to stop the screen now. We'll discuss the remaining topic in the next class. Right? Okay, thank you. Thank you for watching. So I'm going to end the screen in the top class now.